But it's actually the only, it's not the only way. Sometimes we will write something that's present my past, but sometimes we will use speak. That's kind of presentation. Today I focus on this one. This file structure is basically suitable for all the scientification thesis, journal, or paper. If you are in this area, science area, or engineering area, no matter what kind of report you are writing, basically we follow this file structure. First of all is introduction, then literature review. Then you have to mention about your research on math. Then, of course, this is the most important thing. You need to present your result in the discussion. Finally, you need to write down the conclusion. So, I'm not sure if you already have some experience about writing research paper, academic journal. But anyway, you have to follow this step. Other than this structure, the content of your paper or journal or thesis, you need to have this kind of, I say, a condition. Basically, your thesis had to focus on your originality, originality and the objective, and this one is very important as well. Sometimes, especially in science field, a lot of researchers doing experiment, and a lot of them, they will kind of change their result a little bit. How can I say that? I'm not going to say you cannot change all the result. In some kind of statistical range, you actually can change. It's allowed and it's reasonable. But the problem is how do you make it reasonable? That's very important for this part. And the final thing is your thesis should be easy to read. You cannot write down something is difficult. No one know how what are you doing. Because why you wanna do the thesis is because you wanna present your result to everyone. So that's a very important thing. Okay, I'm going to introduce a file structure. Actually, not only file structure, we have two more important things, topic and abstract. Before introduction, normally we will write down the abstractor, and the whole journal or whole thesis, you need to have a topic. For the topic thing, a lot of students think the topic is we need to set up in the beginning of our research. But I say that's wrong. Basically, in the beginning of our research, yes, we will give this research a topic. But sometimes I will say that the topic actually is just the direction of your research. I always set up the topic in the very last moment. I need to check all the results of my research. Then I will give this paper a correct topic. So basically, you have to follow this rule to set up your topic. Then the title should be reflected the content of your thesis. That's the most important. That's the reason why I say a lot of students set up a topic before they do research. That's just the direction. But after you're doing this research, you may find it's very difficult to return to your original idea. That's happened actually. Because you will meet some problem or you think all the other ways better. Yeah, that sometimes happens. So after you finish all things, you can reconsider about your topic. You can modify a little bit. Maybe that's more suitable for your research. And the second is the topic should have a specific research scope. And it's meaningful, discussable, and have a research value. Yeah. And, one more important thing is your topic should be, how can I say, you should be able to attract your reader. Yeah. If you set up a topic and no one is interested, maybe your content is very interesting, but no one wanna read it. It's another problem as well. Okay, then abstractor. I always say this part is the most important, and a lot of students cannot write down a very good abstractor. Basically, abstractor is the summary of the entire thesis. What's that mean? I just mentioned about the five-main structure of the whole paper or whole thesis. That means your abstractor need to contain all these 5 parts. So maybe you use like a 1 or 2 sentences to introduce your motivation or goal. And also some literature review, very important, the most important literature review you need to content on your abstractor. Of course, your research math, especially for like an engineering background, that part is the most important. Then, of course, the result discussion. Finally, maybe you have a 1 sentence or 2 sentences to do the conclusions. So, you have to remember, abstractor is the summary of the entire thesis. You need to include everything in the abstractor. I know that's not easy because a lot of research paper, they have a limitation of the word of an abstractor. Some of them only may be limited in like 150 words or 250. Even it's 250, it's actually a small word. It's maybe only 10 sentences. But you need to use that 10 sentences to include all the things. So that's the difficult part. But anyway, you can do the practice. Writing is kind of practice. If you write more, then you will know how to do this kind of writing. Okay, now we move to the 5-main structure. The first one is the introduction. Basically, introduction, sometimes we call that we need to contain the research motivation, purpose, and the research method. Yeah, this part, what can I say? This part is we wanna show our researchers what kind of answer you wanna give to them. Yeah. Or how to answer your interest in. Yeah. So this part is very briefly introduce your whole research. Why you wanna do this research? In what kind of reason you wanna do this research? Yeah, so this part maybe is a motivation, a purpose. Yeah, maybe you can understand that. But I said the content of the introduction, you need to mention why you want to do this research. The point is why you want to do this research. You cannot come from nowhere. You need something to support your why. Yeah, that part is we call as a literature review. That's a reason why the literature review is so important. You need to find out some paper, some research to support your reason why you want to do this. Sometimes because you read some paper and you found this paper in this field of research maybe have some disadvantage. Then in your research you can mention, because someone's research has some disadvantage and I have some idea to improve it. Yeah, that's kind of point. Yeah. Our some researcher may be doing something is in very beginning stage, and you think you can follow up, you can do some more, and you think that can create some more result. Yeah, that's kind of why. And anyway, you need to find out something, some people, some book, or some reference to support your research. That's the main point of literature review. Of course, literature review sometimes contains some fundamental knowledge. Yeah, it's kind of support your research method, or your field, or your table, something like that. That's belong to literature review as well. But the point is, before you're doing some research, you have to read something. Yeah, that's very important. But nowadays, a lot of students always doing something come from nowhere. It's just come from his idea, his own or her idea. Yeah, but maybe some genius. Some students are really smart and yeah, he can create some very good idea and doing that kind of research. But I believe most of you is not that kind of student. So you still need to find out some literature review. And this part is the point of our report in this class. And later on, I will show you how to find out the good literature. Okay, after that, you need to mention about your research method. We have many different kinds of research methods. Yeah. In this area, in engineering area, most of us use the experimental research, or we call it simulation research method. And for some kind of senior researchers, they love to write down this kind of research method, literature research. I believe you read the review paper before. Have you ever heard about this kind of paper, review paper? No. I always think that kind of review paper is very important. A lot of senior researchers, I put the senior because sometimes you have 20 years experience, and you are able to write down that kind of paper. For that kind of paper, the research method always is literature research. The researcher need to read a lot of paper, a lot of book, yeah, maybe 100 of them. And but that 100 of paper, of course, is in the same research area, and they can write down what's happening in this area of research. So basically, that kind of paper is, how can I say, the author rearrange the literature review for you. So I say that kind of review paper is very important. When you're doing some research, I highly recommend you to find out some that kind of review paper, and you can read first. And for the other research area, of course, we have like a survey research. This one basically is for like a management background. They need to do some statistic and interview, field research. Yeah, a lot of them. Okay, here's the result discussion. Result is easy. Result is just show, if you do an example, experiment, and you just show up your result of experiment. If you do a simulation, yeah, you just show the result of simulation. If you do survey, then you show up some statistic. The difficult thing is the discussion. I saw a lot of thesis or research paper nowadays. I found that they only have the result, and that they never do the discussion. For that kind of paper, I think it's only at high school level. When you study in high school, I believe that you write down some paper before, report, maybe I say report. In that kind of part, maybe you only show the result. But for thesis, it's not only the result. You need to discuss the result. How do you discuss the result? For example, you have a result come out, then you read some literature review. Yeah, that literature review is related to your research. So you can do some comparison. Then you can write down how different, why it's happened, why it's different. Yeah, that's kind of discussion. So in this part, this chapter we always say is the result of the discussion, but the content is always the result. So please don't do that. Why students cannot write down some discussion? That's because students don't want to read the papers. They don't want to do literature review. So that's the point. If you don't do the discussion, I think that's not some kind of thesis. Okay, finally is conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion is kind of combine the whole important result of your research in this chapter. It's normally only take a few pages, 2 pages, 3 pages, okay. You just need to list some most important result. And of course, after that, maybe you don't have enough grant, you don't have enough time, but you think your research can do some further. In that part, you can write down some suggestions. Yeah. So I think that's the 5 main structure of a thesis. I hope this project is good for you because you are going to write down a paper or thesis anyway. Some of them you need to write down a project report, and some of them you need to write down a thesis. But I do believe all of you will write down a master thesis in the future. Okay, now I give you some idea how to find out the papers for literature review.